Forever I'll live, forever I'll try. Forever I'll run, forever I'll die. Forever this heart, forever my soul. Forever I'll be, forever unknown. Days and nights, skin and bone. Forever this town, forever my car. Forever this night, forever these stars. Forever I live, forever unknown. Forever in love, forever a ghost. Days and nights, skin and bone. I'm still here, but you moved on. Forever falls in love with the guy that wears sweater vests. She used to be mine, but now it's like we never met. Forever leaves fast in the middle of the night. Forever breaks my heart and never says goodbye. Days and nights, skin and bone. I'm still here, but you moved on. I live inside an old photograph. I wish that I could feel your love again. So I live inside that old photograph. And I wish that I could feel your love again. Forever falls in love with the guy that wears sweater vests. She used to be mine, but now it's like we never met. Forever leaves fast in the middle of the night. Forever breaks my heart and never says goodbye.
Well, hello, civilization. This is the Windswept Broadcasting Corporation calling civilization. Can you hear me? And can you see me? I don't know. It's been a whole month since I've come on and done a live stream, so I don't know if my gear's working or not. I've got no idea. It seemed to be looking alright on my second screen, and I seem to be there yapping away 3 seconds behind my own real self. But I'm going to assume that we're all clear and we're all good. And I can't actually take anybody's word, because you wind me up by saying, aye, it's working, no, it isn't. We can't hear you, turn it up. So I'm just going to assume it's all working. Right, so hello, thanks for joining me. How many people have we got in? I think I've got a wee thingy here that tells me 24. That's no bad, I suppose, for an old codger to have on a Sunday night, you know, when people should be watching EastEnders. So it's no bad, 24 people. It's not as many as Geeks Van is getting these days. My God, his live streams are getting into the hundreds and hundreds now. He's taken off in a good way. And I mentioned Geeks Van because for the past month, Hold on, I'm looking at myself 3 seconds behind and it's really putting me off. There you go, cheerio Windswept. Right, I mentioned Geeks Vanna because he's the place to go to get the rules and regulations on drones in the UK and what you can do and what you can't do, blah de blah de blah. I haven't been watching either his show or any other drone shows that talk about the regulations and the rules since I was last on here. That's for a month I haven't done that because I'm not interested in the rules and regulations anymore, to be honest. I think that it's come to the point now where a lot of drone pilots are now spending more time perusing the rules and regulations, studying them, checking to see what they can and can't do, than they are actually flying their drones. Now, I don't want to become one of those people, right? And if you're one of those people, think about it. You got your drone to go out and fly, okay? That should be the majority of what you're doing with your drone, flying it. No checking all the rules and regulations. So, I haven't been watching any of those. So if there have been any changes to the rules and the regulations on flying a drone in the UK over the past month, you can kindly put it in the comments and let me know, because I haven't changed anything. I'm just sticking to what I've been doing. But here's the thing. I haven't been doing much because the weather is still absolutely horrendous. I must say there's been a bit of sunshine and it's been a wee bit nicer as far as the brightness goes and as far as the wind decreasing has gone over the past 3 or 4 days, and that has allowed me to get out a little bit. So I'm going to show you just a little clip of something that I'm not going to make a video out of, but I did get out and get a little bit of footage, and I'll show you that. So what's coming up in tonight's show? Look at me calling it a show. Coming up in tonight's show, I'm going to talk a wee bit about the cold weather. Well, I just did. But I'm going to actually put a video up to show you that I'm not just talking about it being cold. I'll actually show you that it's cold. Okay, so that's coming up. And for those of you who don't know, that's anyone who's not a member and probably won't know this, and even the members might not know this. My younger grandson Harry was staying over this weekend, and so I haven't had time to do a lot of stuff with the drones, but Harry and I did go out to a couple of places yesterday and do a little bit of filming. The footage that we took won't be getting made into videos. It was just, I really wanted just to take him out to let him have a little fly around of Caledonia while I was flying the Wallace, and that's what we did. So it was just a wee bit of flying, but I've got a little bit of footage from, it was nothing special. Neither of us were concentrating on getting anything cinematic. We were just out having a bit of fun, and I was teaching him how to basically fly, do all of the basics. And so there's no great footage, and certainly not enough good footage to make a video out of. But I will show you a couple of clips that we took when we were out there. So that's one thing. And the other thing that I want to talk about is after we went to the wind farm, we came back in, had a bit of lunch, and then went out. And we went out to that house there, right? And we did we didn't do any filming, to be honest with you. I didn't fly the drone. I wanted to do a recce first, because I'm completely unfamiliar with that area. I haven't been there for over 50 years. So it's completely changed since I was last there when I was a kid at school. So I wanted to go out and just do a recce of the area with my phone camera, take a little bit of footage just so I could work out, am I going to come here and fly? If so, where am I going to launch from? What obstacles are there? What height are the trees? The trees are tall. I think they're at least 20 metres, maybe even 30 metres. I haven't measured them yet. I'll do that when I take the drones out. But I wanted to just get a feel for the place, so I didn't take the drones. But we did take a tiny wee bit of footage of the front of the house, and the back of the house while we were there. So I'm going to show you. I'll show you the couple of wee clips that I took when we were out there, and this will give you an idea of what I'm going to be filming when I go out with the drones. Hopefully this week, if I get a chance to go out this week. So that'll be coming up soon, and I'm going to talk about some of the history of that house there and who owns it now, and can you actually go there and fly a drone, which is going to lead me nicely, I think, into tonight's main topic, which is there a difference in flying a drone in Scotland compared with flying a drone in the rest of the UK? So we'll come to that in a minute. And it's a subject I've spoken about before on live streams, and I think I've made at least one, maybe more videos about whether there is a difference or not flying in Scotland. So I'll come to that later on. There's going to be free memberships given out tonight. Again, I've got 10 free memberships to give away, and I hope the people that won the memberships last month have been quite happy with the extra content that they've been able to access and the extra wee bits and bobs that they can get. And there will be another 10 free memberships given out tonight, and I'll try to do that around about past. If I don't have a clock up in front of me, just have to keep bringing my... Oh, I do, I've got one up on the screen. What am I talking about, idiot? Right, I'll try and do that around about past, get the 10 memberships out. I'll maybe do 5 at 20 past, and then 5 at 22. I think I did that last month, roughly. So I'll probably do that. And then we will have a look at the actual legislation that shows whether there's a difference in Scotland for flying a drone compared with the rest of the UK, and what that difference is, if there is any, and how you would go about accessing that information, including the Scottish Outdoor Access Code and the Land Reform of Scotland Act 2003, which I'll have for you. I won't go into it in a lot of detail because I've covered that previously, but I'll leave the link of the page. I'll try and put it in the the chat if I can. I don't even know if Mark's here. I haven't had a look at the chat yet. If Mark's here, he's usually very, very good at putting the links into the chat of any pages that I bring up. So, and I'm sure if he's here, I can't really see much. He'll do that. Right. So that's what's going to be happening tonight on the show. Right, and that's 10 minutes in already. So let me just have a wee look at some of your comments and see if I can. I haven't even tested, see if I can put them on the screen yet. So I'll go back a little bit and I'll bring Dave Cullen's message up there because he highlighted the Windswept Robert in answer me. And Dave asks, oh, maybe I'll need to move that across a bit because that I think similar to a. Oh no, you can see the full message. Dave asks, what's the building in the background? It looks similar to a place I visited recently. Now, can I hit that? Will that clear it? It did. Right, okay. I'll get to that in a minute, Dave. I'll show you what it is and exactly where it is. I've got Google Maps up here ready on my other screen, and I'll show you exactly where it is and how you'd access it, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. Okay, that's coming up. Right, so Cyril says hello, evening Robert and everyone else. Hello Cyril. Stevie Elder, hello Stevie, one of our stalwart members of the channel. There's Graham, hi Graham. Peter Mannering, another member of the channel, and I can tell the members of the channel because they've got a little drone icon. Can you see it there in Peter's? Just beside his name, he's got a little drone icon. Anyone with a wee drone icon like that, it means that they're a member of the channel. Okay, right. And Dave always likes to sing along with the lyrics of Sweater Vest as it's playing at the beginning. Right, my drone videos says hello all, hello to you. Martin Griffump says how do you do all. And Brian M says you can hear me loud and clear. Thanks for that. Always handy to know from a reliable source, Brian, that I'm coming through loud and clear. Westcon, nice background. Aye, it's actually, that is the picture that is the thumbnail for tonight's show, and it's just a screenshot from one of the videos that I took when I was kind of walking along, which I'll be showing you in a few minutes' time. Once I've read a few comments, I'll get to that and I'll show you that little clip. There's Angel Station right there. Greetings from a snowy Star, Idaho. Snowy, and okay, not terribly snowy here, but there will be a light smattering of snow in one of the clips that I'm going to show you in a minute. Caroline Tyler RC says, good evening, I will not be singing tonight like another channel does. Caroline, you can relax and not have to worry about that. Stevie F, Kames or Glazenook? Great question, Stevie. It's Glazenook, right? Kames is Muirkirk way, Glazenook is Cumnock way, so it's Glazenook. Doonhill Dave retracted his message, so I don't know what he said and I don't know why he retracted it, alright? In Scotland, you top up the battery with whiskey. I don't have a wee whiskey tonight, but I bought myself a new whiskey glass. I bought this from Japan, right? It took 4 weeks to get here, and it's a lovely wee. It's not very ringy. It's actually made of glass. Can you hear that? And it's a lovely wee crystal. It's a lovely wee glass for my whiskey, but I don't have one tonight. I've got a bit of a sore throat, so I'm just drinking the soda water. Look at that, you can see right through it. Just drinking the soda water. Enough of that nonsense, right? Border Drone Seekers, evening everyone, evening to you too. Gerald McGlinchey, just in, glad to see you back on. Yeah, still monthly at the moment, Gerard, until the later nights come in, and then I'll be back to weekly once that happens, because I can get out and do some flying live when the nights are a bit lighter. Above and Beyond, good evening folks. Above and Beyond, member of the channel, as you can tell by the wee beep 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 icon there. Mark is here. No, he's not. Mark's not here, right? So I am pretty sure that Mark will put up links. He might even be able to link the. I'll do that one. The map, the Google map of where Glazenook House is. I'll probably do that one. That's quite a long, hard one to do. Stuck66 says hello. Fish Diary says hello as well. Jason Papav in London. John Burns, member of the channel. Good evening, Robert. Should fill that glass with Suntory. Actually, I've got what have I got next door? Should I go and grab some? Maybe when I'm playing a wee clip, I'll go and grab some of, it's Jura. I've got a Jura single malt ginger ale. Right, I'll maybe go and grab some of that and put it in there during it's not a break, but while I'm playing a wee clip. That'll only last about a minute and 3 seconds or something, right? SIUKCNC. Lots of icing on the cakes today. You'll see some icing on the cake that me and wee Harry were up yesterday. That'll be coming up just in a few minutes' time. Tom V says hello from Southern California. I bet you there's no snow in Southern California at the moment, is there? Right, I think that's us up to date. Right, there you go. That's us up to date with the hellos and the chats and things. So, what are we going to do? The first thing I'm going to do here, if I attend my eyes to the agenda, it says visiting wind farm, snow on Damn Hills, show vid clip. Right, okay. Okay, I'm going to show you a wee clip now if I can find it. It's just a wee clip. There's no sound to this because it's just a clip from the drone from the Wallace I was flying. Yeah, this is the one I was flying. This is for the Wallace. Harry was flying Caledonia. So this is a wee clip from the Wallace. Only lasts, how long does this last? 1 minute and 1 second. And there's no sound. So, because it's straight for the drone SIM card, right? And I'll show you this without further ado. And while you're watching it, I'll nip through and get myself a wee Jura single malt ginger ale for that wee glass, right? So let me just flick over to the screeny, right, and let me hit the play button, and I'll mute my mic and go and get myself a wee ginger ale. Right, here we go. Right, there we're back. So as you can see, very, very light icing on the hills there. But that was just yesterday. So that's to show that even although, the weather is getting a wee bit better, it's still freezing, absolutely freezing out there. So although, you can get some nice scenic panoramic shots. Is that nearly it? I think we're nearly finished it. Aye, we're finished here, that's it ended. So you can get some nice shots, right? Nice blue skies with puffy clouds and things like that. And the ground looks quite nice with all the icing, but the thing is, it's freezing. And the reason that we stopped is Harry just said, "Look, Papa, I can't feel my fingers anymore." So we were only out there maybe about 20 minutes. I mean, we hiked up, and we had gloves and all the gear on. But by the, when we got up and we started to fly, within 20 minutes, the hands were absolutely freezing. So we couldn't stay longer than that. So, and I'm saying this just to show you that, it's probably going to be a wee while yet before I can get out on a regular basis and start creating videos out there, because as it's cold, it's really hard on the fingers. But hopefully it'll get a bit better. Now I had another wee clip. I think it was a slightly longer one. I don't know if I want to play this one or not. Do you want to see the other one last? Wait, just to see how long the other one lasts. It lasts for 3 minutes and 3 seconds, exactly 3 times long. Do you want to see it, or will I not bother? Will I not bother putting it on? It's pretty much the same. It's the same area, and it's another we fly around to a big pole. I didn't know what it was. Some mast. I don't. Has the chat stopped? Have people just stopped chatting, or has the chat actually stopped? I can't tell here. Let's see if I can go over here and see if the chat's still going. Aye, Tom V was the last person to chat, I think. Show it, alright, okay. Caroline says show it. I will show it, but it's no okay. I don't need to refill. I've only just put that one in there. So that's a wee Jura single malt ginger ale. Ginger ale, that's all it is. It's not alcohol. Because the last time I actually showed some alcohol going in, the video got demonetised, right? So this is just wasting good ginger ale. What an idiot! I missed my mouth. Too busy talking. I can't even hit my mouth. Right, okay. I will show that one. I'll probably clip it though. I won't show the entire 3 minutes of it because the start of it is. Pretty boring, right? So here we go. I'll show a wee bit of it. Once again, no sound, but I'll keep my mic on. That button there. Right. Now, I'll tell you where this is, actually. For those of you who are local to the area, Stevie Elder, you'll know this very well. It's a wind farm called, I think, is it Hare Hill Wind Farm. And it's about a six-minute drive from my front door. Is it? No, it's not even that. It's about a 4-minute drive from my front door to the bottom of the hill, the bottom of the road, the wee track that leads up to the wind farm. Now, it's a 1 hour walk up and a 1 hour walk back down, or a 6-minute drive to get up to the top and then back down. So that's wee Harry there, my younger grandson. He's flying Caledonian. This is the first time he's ever flown any drone ever, I think, Harry. Charlie, his big brother, he's flown Lassie a few times. I think this might be the first time Harry's ever flown a drone. And he did really, really well. I mean, it's not extremely difficult, as you know, to fly the DJI drones. But for his first go, he was really fantastic. And but I wondered what, see that post, that mast in the background was. I thought, what is that? I had no idea what that was. And so I thought I would fly the Wallace over to have a look, because I thought, it's not a telephone mast, there's no satellites on it. What the hell is that? So, and I still don't know, so if anybody knows what that is, I didn't go too close, because as I got up to it, I noticed there were guy lines. Look at the guy lines there. And I thought, right, I don't want to get too close, because the sensors probably won't see those guy lines. And, that could take the Wallace out in a nanosecond. So I don't even know what it is. It doesn't look like there's any any telecommunications gear on it. Caroline says probably a TV and radio repeater mast. All right. I just don't see any equipment on it. Doesn't look like there's alright, guy or lassie lines. Guy or girl lines. Which well, I don't know how they identify there, but I think I can call them guy lines. So I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. It's a very wee thin bit at the bottom. I didn't get too close, and Harry was starting to nip my ear a wee bit that his fingers were getting cold as well. So I have no idea what that is. Anyway, a spy mask. It could be a spy mask, Stevie. Aye, so there you go. So that was that. But it's quite a beautiful bit of the. And as you see, I'm spinning round there like an idiot, and that's because that's it finished. That's because I had no. Oops, starting with the sweater vest there again. I had no plans to make a YouTube video out of what we were doing today, so I wasn't, lining my shots up, and I wasn't paying any attention to being cinematic or anything like that. I just wanted to take Harry out and let him have a wee fly, and as you can see, there's a light cover of frost everywhere. Right. So that was that, right? And I want to talk in a minute about Glazenook House there. So, but before I do that, I want to give away 5 memberships. Okay, so how many people have we got in? 42 people in just now. So that's normally roughly the number of people having. So most of you will know what the memberships are all about, but. Very quickly, for those of you who don't, if you become a member of the channel, you get a few wee extras, nothing fancy. You get a wee icon next to your name, just like I pointed out before. There's Mark's, he has got, I didn't bring his, right, Mark's got a wee red one there. Your drone changes colour. The longer you remember, you get a promotion, a colour promotion, right? Stevie's got a red one as well. Caroline, I believe you've got. Caroline's got a red one too. So these are the people that have been members the longest. A red one, and I think maybe the black one's the top one. Now it changes into a completely different drawing. I think once you've been a member for a couple of years, I don't know. So that's one thing you get. You get special wee emojis that you can use in the chat. Can one of the members type in a couple of emojis that only you guys get to actually use in the chat or the comments. And the other thing you get is, you got 2 other things. You get, not for every video, but for most videos, you'll get, and there you go. So there's Caroline, and I think Stevie's maybe put them all up. Right, so you get all of those emojis that no one else can post. Only the members can post these ones, and there you go. So Mark's 22 months, and he's a red. he's a red member, right? And Caroline put a couple of them up there. Right, so you get that. You get early previews of the videos that I make. Not every video, right? But if I make a video and I finish it a couple of days before I'm going to publish it, the members all get to see early. And also, I do publish quite a lot of videos that don't go into the main channel, that are just kind of background info and maybe bloopers or things that went wrong, or videos that just didn't make the cut to go on the channel, so I put in the member section. So that's what you get for it, and it's a couple of quid a month, I think. So that's what you get. But anyway, enough waffle. I'm going to give away 5 right now. I think I can do this if I hit that button there, right? Oh, I'll show my screen so that you can see it. Let me drag this over, and you'll be able to see it happening live. Right, that's my chat screen there. Can you see that? No, you can't. Right, so there's my chat screen there, right? There's everybody's chat that comes in, right? So I click, so I'm going to give away the memberships, and how I do it is I click on that wee dollar sign. I think it's a dollar, it is a dollar. I click on that, it'll bring me up this, and if I hit membership gifting, it says I have 10 memberships left to give this month, and I'm going to gift 5 now. So who's getting the 5? And here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. They go to. It says it's been announced in live chat. Brian M. Dave Cullen. I thought you already had one, Dave. My Drones Video. Angel Booster. Border Drone Seekers. So that's 1. Border Drone Seekers 1. Angel Booster 2. My Drone Videos 3. Dave Cullen 4. And Brian M 5. Okay, so that is... Oh, what are we... keep hitting the sweater face button. There's Border Drone Seekers is now a member. Welcome to the club, Brian. Right, so Dave Cullen says thank you. You're very welcome. But don't thank me. It was the random algorithm chose you. I don't have anything to do with it. I'm not allowed to choose who to give the memberships to. I just hit the thing and it boom automatically gives them out. Right, so I hope you're happy with that. I'll do another 5. I'll give away another 5 free memberships in about 12-13 minutes, around then about 22, maybe quarter to. I go for quarter to 8. Whatever you do, don't go giving me money. Thanks for the super chat, Caroline. So there you go. Oh look, I think you get fireworks going off this time, Caroline, for the super chat. So thanks very much. I do appreciate that. And if you're asking, what would he give you a subscription fee for? What would we pay you for? What would he give you a wee bit of money for? Just the usual. It helps to keep the channel going. I mean, it costs a wee bit of money for me to drive out, the cost of diesel, to go to places and to buy different bits of equipment. So the subscriptions for the channel, no subscription, but the membership subscription and the wee super chats and things like that, they all help. They help me offset the costs, and I really appreciate that. And thanks very much for all of you who do that. Right. So let me move. There's Brian testing out his saltire. Well done, Brian. You now have access to the emojis that nobody else has got access to. Right, so let me move on now a little bit and talk to John Sobel. Hello from Michigan. Hello from Scotland. And Drone Shots says hi, Robert. Hi, Drone Shots. Right, let me move on now because we're running out of time. That's 1:30 already. Time flies on a Sunday night when I do this. Flies for me anyway. Probably drags in for everyone else. Let me move on now to this house in the background. Okay. This is called Glazenook House. Right, I'm going to bring it up. I'll get rid of these two in my screen. I'll let you see the screen when I'm doing this actually. Right, so I'm going to get rid of these. That short flight with the Wallace and the long flight with the Wallace. Get rid of those. And I want to bring up, look at that. That's 3 seconds behind. Let me bring up the Google Maps. And I'm going to show you where Glazenook House is. It's in there, isn't it? Aye, that's it. So this is Cumnock, right, in East Ayrshire, right? Cumnock. And here's the A76, okay? Now, the Dumfries House, which is quite a famous place now because Prince Charles used to visit there quite often. He hasn't been there since he was made into a king, but he used to attend there quite often. I actually played a gig for Prince Charles in there. Listen to me. So this is Cumnock. I suppose it's a town, right? It's bigger than a village now. It's a town. It's probably made up of a few wee towns a few wee villages that have amalgamated here. And Glazenook House is right there. I hope you can see this. I'm going to zoom in, right? That's Glazenook House right there. Okay. So the A76, which goes to Dumfries, goes all the way to Dumfries and then Carlisle, right? From like Glasgow, that's what Kilmarnock, it goes to Dumfries, right? There's a wee road goes off there. It's called Glazenook Road, and that's Glazenook House. I'll show you. I'll do a street view thingy. That's Glazenook House. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it in a minute, right? So that's the entrance, and I'll do a wee street view for you now, right? So if I bring this, right, I'll just drop it there, and if we drag, so there's the roundabout at the top of the hill. So if we drive down, I'm going to show you something. Here's the entrance to Glazenook House. Now, let me tell you this. This is, I don't know if it's owned, but the person that lives in here, I have been told, used to be the caretaker of the main big house, which I can't show you because we can't get in there, but I will show. I've got a clip to show you, right? But the guy that lives in there, I have been told, used to be the caretaker of Glazenook House, and he used to live in Glazenook House, and he was the caretaker. He used to live in a part of it, right? But because it's abandoned now, and I'll tell you a wee bit about who owns it now. Apparently, he lives here now, but he's no longer the caretaker. It doesn't have a caretaker. It's not even owned by. I'll tell you who it's owned by in a minute, right? But what I discovered when I looked at this street view when I was doing a wee recce is I noticed that there's this bollard, one of these temporary bollards that you can lift in and out, and I suspect it's the guy that lives in here who's put this in. When I went down, this bollard wasn't here, but I didn't drive down there anyway. I parked away up at the top of the hill, me and Harry, and we walked all the way down here, and we just walked in, right? Now there's a reason why I'm telling you all of this, and I'll come to it soon. But that tells me that I'm wondering if there's going to be any issues. I'm not going to drive in there, I'm going to walk in there, but when I go in with my backpack, my drones and everything, I'm wondering if this guy thinks he's still the caretaker. And this isn't his road, he doesn't own this road, right? This road is owned by the person that bought Glazenook House and its grounds, and that person is called, let me get my face back, that person is a Chinese man called Zhu Yang. Now, Mr. Yang died 9 years ago. 9 years ago of a. Oh, I had it up, but it's gone. Oh no, there it's there. Let me bring it back up and show you. Mr. Yang died 9 years ago. Right, that's the back of the house. I'm going to show you. I took a wee bit of video when I was walking around. That's the back of it. So Mr. Yang, does it say here? Aye, Mr. Zhu Yang, he died from a brain tumour in 2015, and he was only, I believe, 39 years old when he died. So, an absolute tragedy. And he died a year after he bought Glazenook House. And his plan was to turn it into a Chinese heritage centre and learning centre for Chinese people to have somewhere to go and learn here in Scotland. That was his plan. And he did, in the year that he lived after he bought it, he did a lot of work on the building, and it was almost ready to go, and then he sadly died of a brain tumour. The house now belongs to the family, his wife and his children, who for 9 years have had nothing to do with it. They live in China. They don't want anything to do with it, and it's fallen into a state of massive disrepair. Okay, and I'll show you a couple of clips now that when Harry and I were out, very short clips, and I only took them with my phone. As I said before, I didn't take any drones with me because I wanted to scout the place out as it was unfamiliar to me and see what heights the trees were and what obstacles were there before without my drones, because if I had taken the drones, I would probably been very tempted just to whip them out and send them up. Well, one of them anyway. And I didn't want that. I wanted to make, because I'm completely unfamiliar with the area. As I say, I went to Glazenook House just over 50 years ago, because when I was at the school, it was used as a weekend retreat for school kids of a certain religion and a certain religion who could go there and get their mind together, get themselves together, become calm, and that's what it was used for. And so I was last there when I think I was 13, 14. No, I wasn't actually. I was 11 or 12, so it was quite a while ago. I was 11, maybe 12 years old the last time I was there. So, I'm unfamiliar with it, and I didn't want to take my drone. So anyway, so I just took the camera, and I'll show you I just took a little bit of video of the front, and then I took a little bit of video of the back, and I'll show you those now if I can find them. Right, let me bring that one up. Glazenook front movie. Okay, let me move it over to that screen. Oops. Bear with me. All will become transparent in a minute. Right, let me get this up. Right, so this is the front. Now, I actually, when I pulled my camera, which is my phone, when I pulled it out of my pocket, my hands were cold and dry, and it shot straight out, and it doesn't have a cover or a case. It shot straight out of my hands and crashed onto that flaming road that we track that you see there. So I was like, oh, and Harry went, oh, that scared me. And as soon as Harry said, oh, that scared me, that's when the video picks up. So here we go. It's got a wee bit of audio, but nothing special. Here we go. I hope you can hear it.
Excuse you, man.
Oh wait, no, you can't. Turn that on. I don't think you can hear the audio there, can you? Let me just try that.
I don't think there's somebody here. There's some shooting a dog.
There's something here.
Right, so that's the front of it, right? And as you can see, if you look at there's no windows. All the windows have been panned in, and the bottom floor windows have all been actually boarded up by the council. You can actually get in. There is access to get in. There's a wee window here that you can get into, and there was a little bit of someone had built a kind of bit of, no scaffolding, but they built a wee kind of an area that you can climb up and climb down. But when we had a look through the window, that had all been smashed. And the drop, it was about an 8 feet drop, and I thought there's no way we were going to be able to climb back up, so we didn't go into it. And I mean, I don't really know if I wanted to get in anyway, to be honest with you. Harry's convinced that it's haunted. He says, when we were walking away, he says he saw a shadow at this window right here. He's convinced he saw a shadow here at that window. And when I turned round to look, he said, oh, it just moved away as you turned round to look, Papa. Aye, okay. So that's the front of it. And I'm going to show you in a minute a clip that we took when we were round the back. Just to show you what it's like for the back. But the reason, I might not get to my main topic tonight actually, the reason that I wanted to show you this is because people have asked, let's talk about the main topic. In fact, let me show you the back of it first, and then I'll quickly start talking about the main topic of tonight, which is there a difference in flying a drone in Scotland compared with the rest of the UK? Right, so let me bring this up on the screen. I'll move the mic around because I don't think it's working, so you'll just have to listen with the mic. Right. So that's a very, very short one, but that's the back of it, all right? And the reason I thought I would show you this and bring this up is for that, what I was saying there, a lot of people wonder, is there a difference in, excuse me while I manipulate my mic, is there a difference in flying a drone in Scotland from the rest of the UK? And there is, and part of the reason that I showed you this is because this is what it relates to. That is, it's private ground, private building. It's all private because it's owned by Mrs. Yang. You know, Mr. Yang's widow, and it's owned by her and her children. So it's private. But that doesn't matter in Scotland. We can go onto private land in Scotland, and not just go onto private land, we can go onto private land in Scotland and fly a drone, right? I'm pretty sure you can't do that in England or Wales, and I don't think you can do it in Northern Ireland either, right? But you can in Scotland, and there are certain rules allow you to do that. And I've spoken about this before on live streams, and I have made a video or two about it. And the reason that I decided to talk about it for a little bit tonight is because we're coming soon to the spring, and then we'll come to the summer. And a lot of people do take a weekend trip, sometimes a week, sometimes more, trip to Scotland with drones, and we'll visit places up in the Highlands and the Isle of Skye, and maybe here in the Lowlands too, with their drones. And a lot of people are probably wondering, can I fly my drone? In England, we can't fly in private land. We can only take off on public land, and we can fly over private land. What can we do in Scotland? So I thought I'd speak about it tonight, just for a little while, right? Just for anyone who's thinking about coming to Scotland. And even if you're not, you might want to think about it, because even if it's just for a weekend, the freedoms that you have here to fly your drone are much, much wider and much better than the restrictions that you have in England and Wales and Northern Ireland, I believe. So I'm going to show you a little bit of legislation. I'm not going to get into the legislation like Geeks Vanna would do. I'm just going to show you the basics so that you can take a note of the page and then look it for yourself. But I will give you a summary or a synopsis of what the Act actually says, right? But I'll leave it here for you so you can go and look at every single section of it, if I can find it. I had it prepared earlier. But let's see. Okay. So first of all, what I will show you here is everyone still with me? I better do a quick check, and I've got memberships to give away, but I'll give a quick check, right? Okay, Stevie says it's definitely haunted. Harry's convinced that it is. He says that he saw a shadow at that window, and when I looked up, he says it moved away, and it wasn't a person. He's convinced that it's haunted. I didn't see anything. It was vandalised inside. Apparently, we had a look. When we had a look in, there's graffiti everywhere, and it's been ripped apart inside. And apparently, as far as I know, because there was a wee guy there that we spoke to. I mentioned at the end of the first video, there's someone here. I had a wee chat with him for about 10 minutes, and he says he goes there every day. That's how I know about the ex-caretaker, and he says that Mr. Yang had almost completed it. It was almost ready to be opened, and it was beautiful inside when he died. And then it just, windows started to get smashed, kids started to go in, wrecked the place, even started a fire inside it. So one of the rooms in there is all burnt out. So it's terrible, but it is what it is. What can I say? Right, but anyway, getting back to flying a drone in Scotland, have a look at this. This is the Scottish Outdoor Access Code. Now, it's only a code, it's not law, but it pertains to a particular law, which we'll come on to in a second, right? The Scottish Outdoor Access Code came into effect in 2005, right? It says everyone has a right to be on most land. There are exceptions, things like gardens, tennis courts, golf courses, farmland that has been recently sown, and a few other places, right? But you're allowed to go on most land and inland water for recreation, education, and for going from place to place, provided they act responsibly, right? So that came in 2005, and it came in because of the Land Reform Scotland Act 2003. Now that's I'll put that into the chat now, because it's quite a lot. I don't know if Mark can type that. I could copy it, but I'll copy that and put that into the chat so you can go and look for it yourself, right? The Land Reform Scotland. But here's I'm not going to go through it all because it's huge, right? It's absolutely massive. But basically what it says is Everyone in Scotland, and that's whether you're a resident of Scotland or not, even if you're a visitor, everyone has the statutory right established by this part of the Act. Those rights are the right to be for any of the purposes set out here, and I'll come to them in a minute. You're allowed to be on the land and have the right to cross the land, okay? But you're only allowed to be on it for recreational purposes, right? Or for the purpose of carrying out a relevant educational activity, or for the purposes of carrying on commercial or for profit and activity, which you could do without, for not commercial or for profit. Excuse me. What is a relevant educational activity? Right, you're going to go on recreationally to fly your drone, right? But let's suppose you say, no, I'm here for education. What is that? It's to further your understanding of Scotland's, it doesn't say, but it's Scotland's natural or cultural heritage, or enabling or assisting other persons by the videos you are taking with your drone to further other persons' understanding of Scottish natural or cultural heritage. Axes are actually above drones, below submarines, I suppose, as well as on the surface of the land. There are exceptions, right? The exceptions are all listed in section 6, which is in the next page, and I'm not going to get into that. But the exceptions are, I mentioned a few of them. Sports grounds, you're not allowed to go on, right, and fly a drone and just stand there, or even cross. Tennis courts, people's gardens, schools, you're not allowed to go on and fly a drone on there, and fields that have just newly sown, and there's somewhere else that anywhere where they're digging for minerals, right? So coal mines, quarries, diamond mines, gold mines, iron mines, you're not allowed to go in there either, right? For digging for minerals. All of the exceptions are listed, and it's got a great section in there. I urge you, if you're coming to Scotland, or if you live in Scotland and you're not sure, I urge you to go in and read, because there's a whole section about bylaws and how bylaws have to be used. They can't just say there's a bylaw here. And also about signage, putting notices up, right? Whether that is actually legal and lawful or not, that's all in this Act. So I urge you to go and read that if you're coming to Scotland. But trust me, when I give you the summary, is that if you're going to fly your drone in Scotland, you can go anywhere other than those places I just listed: quarries, farmers' fields that have just been sown, etc., gardens. You can go anywhere and fly your drone, anywhere in Scotland, even private land. So Glazenook House, and that's why I wanted to tie these two together. Glazenook House is a privately owned place, and so are all the grounds and the stables that are there, although they're all abandoned and overgrown now. But you can go there and fly your drone. It's recreational and it's educational too. Okay, so I'm almost 5 minutes past the time where I said I would draw the other 5 free memberships. So I'm going to do that now. Stevie F has said Balmoral. Right. I don't know, I've never been to Balmoral, so I don't know if this is the case or not, but I would think that all of the grounds are classed as a garden, I would think, right? And if that's so, you're not allowed to go in someone's garden. So if they class that, if it is officially a garden, you can't go on it. And the other thing is, if you have to pay to go in somewhere, like for example, I don't know, you have to pay to get onto someone, you can't go and recreate and participate in a recreational activity there either, right? And I spoke about that in the video that I made about paying to be in a car park but not having to pay to go in a certain place. But and there are exceptions. There's a 90-day rule there too. It's all in the Act, right? So as far as Balmoral goes, Stevie F, I think, well, it says that Balmoral's a no-fly zone according to Dave. That's the other thing as well. Obviously, if it's a no-fly zone, you can't fly. And in Scotland, you can't go above 120 metres or out of line of sight, just like you can't anywhere else. But All I'm talking about here is the differences between being on private land in Scotland compared with being on private land in England. No one can remove you from private land in Scotland. Like supposing I was supposing I'm at Glazenook House and even the owner, Mrs. Yang, flies over from China and tells me get out of my land. I can say no, and no one can make me. The police can't make me. No one can make you go because of the Land Reform Act. I'm allowed to be there, legally allowed to be there, even if the owner doesn't want me to be there and insists and puts signs up saying no trespassing, don't come on. There's nothing they can do to stop you in Scotland, and that's why it's different from England, right? You can be on there to carry out a recreational activity like flying a drone. Okay, so if it's not clear, and I know sometimes I'm not as clear as I would like to be, you've got the link in the chat to the Land Reform Scotland Act, and you can go and check it out. You can read through it all, highlights the bits that you want, and read it all. Okay, so let me get to the other 5. I'm clearing my other screen so I can bring it up on the screen and show you again, show you me doing it live, so there's no jiggery pokery, right? Okay, so there's the screen, right? Who's the last? SIUK CNC said, could do with it. I can bring that up. Can I bring that up? Oh, no, you'll not see it because it's... Well, you might see it, I don't know. You won't. You'll only see it when I do that. Right, it says, could do with that in England. There's a lot of out of bounds, shouldn't be. Aye, it's a great act for us. For drone flyers in Scotland, and for people who want to just go and wander across our country and see what it's like and not have to worry about finding footpaths that you're allowed to go on and any of that kind of stuff. It's great for us if I just want to look at I want to walk over there, I can just walk in a straight line and climb over dikes and climb over fences, as long as I don't damage anything and as long as I'm responsible. I can go anywhere apart from gardens and the places that I've specified. Anyway, let me get to the 5 new... I keep looking at my mic because I'm worried that I'm touching it and I'm muting it again. Right, so here we go. Let's look at the 5. Right, hit the dollar sign thingy. Right, hold on, hit the dollar. There we go, hit the dollar. These, by the way, are the super stickers and super chats if you want to send me one like Caroline did earlier. Right, membership gifting, here we go, right. 5 memberships left to gift this month. Right, so good luck to everybody. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gift now. Who's got it? Peter Mulder was gifted. Spills McChills was gifted. Brock was gifted. Brian Graham was gifted, and Rico Rat was gifted. Rico Rat got one the first time I did this. 2 months ago, Rico Rat got one. So lucky Rico Rat. Right, so there we go. That's the people that got them. As I said, the last time I gave them out 20 minutes ago, I've got no control over who gets them. It's the algorithm that just chooses. Sometimes people that are in the chat just now, and sometimes people who are just subscribers, I believe. I think you have to be a subscriber to the channel. It won't give it to someone who's just viewed the channel. I think you have to be a subscriber. Right, let me bring my chat over here and see what I've got left in my agenda. Right, with 5 minutes to go. Right, the other thing... Oh, Steve F, thanks very much. It's awfully generous of you. I appreciate that. Because you're a member as well, so that's great. Thank you. I do appreciate that, as you know. So the other link I'll put in the chat just now is for the Scottish Outdoor Access code. Right, let me stick that in the chat for you. Copy and paste. Boom. That's it there. So that is that Scottish Outdoor Access Code, which was 2005. And it basically, I think this is what they've decided to do so that you don't have to read right through that whole Land Reform Act Scotland, which is, it goes on and on and on. That's chapter 1, right? But You look at that, and then there's a next chapter there which is the same. It's section 7, where you can't go, right? Blah blah blah, and I mean it goes on and 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 right. So I think the Scottish Outdoor Access Code came out 2 years later, just to basically summarise what the Act, the 2003 Act, actually is. Because the main act has a lot of things about landowners and their responsibility for the property if they're renting the property out to renters, and what their responsibilities are and what the responsibilities are of the land and things like that. So that's all contained within the Act, which isn't really relative to us as drone flyers wondering if we are allowed to go and fly there. So I think the Scottish Outdoor Access Code kind of took out all of that kind of stuff. But it's a great read. It's not a great read. It's great to see, or it's great to read what we are allowed to do and realise that, oh my God, we have a lot of freedoms that in England and Wales and Northern Ireland you don't have, which is a real shame. But it's good for Scotland because it means that some of you guys will come to Scotland for a weekend or a week, whatever, so that you can just relax and fly your drone without worrying about, am I allowed to do it, because you are. Whereas in England, as I said before, you might be really restricted and you might have to stay in a public place, and that means you're only going to get about, 400-500 metres max with a big drone, 100 metres, 200 metres with a mini drone before you have to fly it back. So it's very good for us. Right, all right. Yeah, so the last thing I put in the chat was can I bring that link up myself? It did. I didn't know I could do that. I brought my own WeChat thingy up there too. Right, okay, so a couple of minutes to go. I'm going to finish up now so that everyone who wants to can go over in time for the start of the Drone Seekers International. I may pop on there for a few minutes myself. I'll be back in the first Sunday of April, and hopefully just after that I might start to go back weekly, depending on what the weather's like. But until then, Slanjiva.